Hi and welcome back to the Soma here back with another video. So today I'm gonna talk about Samsung again. I've released a video before and now I'm gonna talk about the more confirmed specs of the phone. So the spec sheet, almost everything you need to know about the specs of the phone, I have it here. So one thing you need to know, if you haven't heard yet, there are going to be two phones, but not the S8 and S8H. It's the S8 and S8 Plus. I think we all know that. And then the displays or the display sizes will actually be 5.8 on your S8 and then 6.2 on your uh, S8 Plus. So this actually is said to be achieved by not increasing the size of the actual device, but mostly it was achieved by making the device more bezel-less. So it's highly likely that we're gonna get a device that's almost the same size as your S7, but then uh, with less bezels, as the home button is actually removed, so that created a lot of space for them to actually get creative with that. I think that's worrying when it comes to the removal of the home button is the fact that now the recent leaks, as you see in this photo, the touch or the fingerprint sensor is actually located on the back. I don't know did they plan this, because this seems like a very odd spot to actually place this kind of security, as it is on the back and not where the usual finger of a person lies, because it's next to a camera. So most people don't place their fingers next to a camera because they're afraid of making the fingerprints and making their photos blur or something like that. So that is actually something that is off, and it seems like it's been confirmed. So it's something that is not was not actually designed to be much more efficient. Another thing that has been said about Samsung, the battery sizes have been actually reduced. Or initially, people said that we're gonna have 3,250 milliamps of battery on your what on your S8, and then 3750 on your S8 Plus. But then this actually, the recent leak says that the battery size has been dramatically no, it's not been really reduced, but it's 3000 and then 3005. And this is much more concerning for most people, because it seems like we're gonna have a less battery life with this phone. But Samsung is said to be compensating this with their new chip, and the phone is said to be running your Snapdragon 835, and they are using the 10 nanometer technology, which will actually make the device a little bit more faster while saving more energy. Actually, it's said to be somewhere around 27% faster than, and it's 40% less power consumption. And I think this is why they went with the idea of actually 3000 milliamp battery and 3005. But then all this still, no, it's been confirmed. All this, it seems like it's going to be real. Another thing that's close to performance that I've heard is that the phone will actually have 4 gigs of RAM and then your 64 gigs of storage and all those stuff. But I'm more worried with 4 gigs of RAM when all the Android players in the world are actually now 6 gigs or more. Why are we still sticking with 4 gigs of RAM? I don't know. Maybe they are actually trusting that their new chip technology will actually compensate for that. But I'm really not sure why didn't they actually add at least another 2 gigs of RAM. Samsung hasn't been the slowest phone on Android, but then it hasn't also been the highest the fastest phone when talking about performance speeds when you compare it to your Apple devices, which are always fast. I think maybe they kind of going with this iPhone thing that with iPhone the specs don't actually matter that much. as we've seen in recent years, iPhone has actually uh, outcompeted other Android devices with much more higher RAMs. I think Samsung is also going with that, but it seems a little bit more confusing as of now. Another thing to talk about is the camera. So people have actually said that there are going to be two cameras, but then this doesn't seem like it's something that's going to happen actually, because the fact that the fingerprint sensor is located next to the camera, I don't think that they are going to add another camera there. Maybe they can, but I'm really not convinced that they're going to add a second camera. It seems like we are going to have 12 megapixel of 12 megapixel camera, and then an 8 front facing camera, and that's actually, for people who are more concerned with the megabytes, something less. But then it's said that the camera will actually be improved in terms of performance, taking pictures in low light, and actually will be much more powerful in terms of picture speeds, and actually for the camera app to actually start up. So this isn't actually something that is concerning when it comes to camera. Most people think that the more megabytes, the good the picture is, but that's actually not true. As we've seen with the Google Pixel, it's actually 12 megapixel, but then it's rated as the best smartphone camera you've ever seen. So that is actually something there. Another thing that is more software based when talking about the Samsung is actually the introduction of the new what AI assistant. So they are introducing an AI assistant which is named, what is it, Bixby. Yes, it's Bixby or something like that. So this assistant will actually, from my point of view, be competing with the likes of Siri from Apple, and then your Google Assistant. And so as this Bixby AI tool that's gonna be on the Samsung phones was actually made by the Viv Labs that Samsung acquired last year, and those labs, you may remember, were used to actually or the company was the one actually behind the Siri AI for assistant for the iPhone. So this is actually something big that's coming to Samsung, and it's gonna make their phone somewhat more unique to them, as actually you've seen that the Android game, or the Android field is actually filled with more phones, especially China mobile manufacturers are actually much more into the game now. So Samsung actually make something that's gonna separate them and not make them actually rely more on Google stuff, like the assistant that Google has. They're actually going to have theirs. I think it's going to get more preference when it comes to the phone, and it's actually going to be the one that's more relevant. Another thing that is confirmed about the phone, it's USB Type C that's gonna be there. I saw most people arguing on Twitter about that thing there, but it surely will be USB-C. That's because latest Samsung phones are actually USB-C, so it makes sense that they're going to go with USB-C. I think that's about it when talking about Samsung, the latest things we know about their devices. I think now it's time that we saw the actual device, if we haven't yet, because the leaks are actually very good and they seem like to be the real deal. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button down below, comment on what video do you want me to do, and also don't forget to subscribe. It's Somategisi from Somategisi Tech. See you next time. Peace.